lake is pretty dark anyway, so it didn't really make any difference whatsoever. When you're swimming, you're not kind of looking up, especially when you're just following a kayak. So in terms of sighting, it wasn't an issue at all. And I say the lake was black looking into it anyway. And I tend to sort of kind of shut my eyes or drift off anyway. So I don't really watch where I'm going when I'm swimming at the best of times. So no, it didn't bother me at all swimming in the dark. I think Mum was a bit more sort of spooked by it. I don't think she'd been kayaking in the dark before. Just where all those boats are around the headland. We couldn't figure out where we were. And then as soon as I got lights on the shore, I couldn't see Mum anymore.
We could have done with some fluorescent paddles.
Yeah.
I'll be breathing to that side as well, presumably that side's worse.
Yeah. It was a lot cooler actually getting in that morning. It was like cold on my face. But then as the sun came up, there was it's quite a sort of it's not a silty lake, but there must be a lot of algae, I guess it is. There's lots of little particles in the lake. But as the sun came up, it was just sort of shafting through. There were sort of like little shafts of sunlight through this algae, so it was like really stunning, really beautiful, just sort of looking down into the lake and all these sort of patterns and things. But I was kind of aware that stopping and then starting again was getting more and more painful versus just swimming and keeping in that rhythm. It was absolutely fine. But every time I stopped, I felt like my shoulders were just kind of going to seize up, and then getting going again was really, really sore. So by the end of it, I just thought, I'm not going to stop. So I probably went the last couple of hours without any food or drink or anything.
It just seemed a lot harder, the second stage. And I think everybody just wanted to be at the end. And although Joanne didn't say she was getting tired or anything, I could tell from her face that it was getting a bit hard for her. And she wasn't going to give up, and so we just kept going with her. That was it.
I was disturbed because I'd had to leave Joanne, who'd had a long, hard swim. She'd been freezing cold, and because everything was a little bit behind schedule, she hadn't managed to get a nice shower at the B&B. We'd had to check out really hurriedly and just stick a rucksack on, the wallet in the back, a couple of water bottles and some food, and I just head off and feed myself on the way round, and just basically head off through urban northwest England into North Wales. And it was just a great day out. The climb out from Windermere was lovely. It was lovely, and also defaulted back to the position of thinking, well, I'm going to keep turning the legs over. I'm here. I've got to get to there. We'll just keep riding.
Morning. That was a mistake going up that road with the gate?
No, it was fine.
Was it? All right, was the gate open?
No, I had to go to the gate, but
right. Summit of Llyn to summit of Llyn. That didn't take us around Llyn because we could see the cliffs flowing across it. That's the route taken so far over the Full Frass and Full Grach and Carneth U-shaft. that's the route back up across towards Cardiff. So we'll just try and run down a bit. Still running, just. Summit from Llyn, walking back towards Llyn. Looking towards the Colwyn Valley, round to Triathlon, which is the next objective.
Again, I was conscious that I had to get down. Richard had to do some cycling once I got down, so I didn't want to be just sort of doing things for my enjoyment and knowing that then he'd have to cycle into the night. It's the same with going up North Ridge of Triathlon. I mean, I suppose if I'd done it on my own with no time pressures, I might well have gone up North Ridge and then up Bristol Ridge, which is, I guess, is quite a nice combination. That's something I tend to do with fell running, not being particularly a runner, so I tend to sort of veer off and do a little bit of scrambling when I see something that's of interest. I enjoy being in the mountains and I enjoy being able to travel fast and to see a range of scenery, but just the mechanics of running don't particularly interest me. Much rather be on rock. In fact, I was thinking that as I was going up Snowdon, I was looking across at Cloggy and just thinking, why am I not on Cloggy? Why am I grunching up this scree slope amongst all these people, and there's that magnificent crag with hardly anybody on it.
It's fine, it's just took a bit longer. Well, I say it took a bit, it actually took me an hour longer, hasn't it, than I said. It's all just getting too much.
Right arm fine, left arm.
Peaceful, quiet.
Right up into getting in at Bala, I wasn't sure really I was going to be able to swim. I knew that I got one arm moving by that stage, but the left arm still wasn't. I couldn't get it overhead until I started swimming. And I kind of did the first few strokes, that's all right, that feels all right. And then I kind of went to pull properly and that wasn't all right. So I sort of kind of just floated my way down Bala really.
I suppose it was just like being on a private swimming pool, because again nobody else was out. It was flat calm, it was a beautiful sunny day, and it was just lovely. It was just lovely out there. It was absolutely beautiful, apart from the midges at the beginning.
I got sort of about halfway down, the shoulders did actually start to improve, so I think it was kind of loosened them off rather than made it any worse. But yeah, it was just beautiful, probably one of the best swims I've ever done.